Today I'm going to be doing a quick comparison of two Parker style pen refills, sometimes called G2 refills. It's a standard cartridge size. And these two are both fine point gel refills in the standard G2 style. This is something that we haven't had a lot of options for in the past. For a long time now, I've been a fan of the Parker Jotter pen. It's inexpensive. It's a very nice looking pen. I've been a fan of its style and of its history. And so I have a number of those. I use them at work and I use them around the house. But I've also always been a fan of gel pens, and particularly fine point pens, because I think the gel in medium and bold is a little too juicy, and I like a nice thin line. But those two likes haven't always been very compatible because there aren't a lot of fine point gel options that will fit in a Parker ballpoint pen. So here are two of them. This one is made by Parker. This is new, and this was exciting to me. Parker has relatively recently released a gel refill, not in a 0.7 millimeter medium point, but in a 0.55 millimeter fine point. So this is a new addition to the Parker lineup. This refill is made in France. This one is a little more obscure. This is an Ohto 0.5 millimeter gel pen. If we get focus here, you can see it's made in Japan. Japan makes a lot of fine pens, including pilots and uniballs. Those are all made in Japan. So they tend to know what they're doing over there. So I'm going to take a look at these. I'm going to put them in a couple pens, do side-by-side writing comparison. Okay, first let's take a look at how the Parker refill writes. This is the Parker Gel 0.55. It writes just like you would expect. It's a nice thin line, it dries quickly, but it's gel so it writes easily. I don't need to put any pressure down on the pen. It's very nice. Dark black because it's a gel, not a ballpoint, so it's got that that typical gel ink. It's very black, it's not oil based, and it writes smoothly and easily. Similarly with the Ohto, this one also fine point gel, very skinny. And in fact, the lines made by these two refills are nearly identical. I couldn't really tell them apart if I was looking at them afterwards. And they both write well. The only problem that I've had is with the Ohto, and that is on Post-it notes. For some reason, it has trouble writing on Post-it notes, and since I have to write on Post-it notes all the time at my job, unfortunately, it didn't really become a viable option for me. And by the way, I wanted to compare those both to your classic Pilot G2 fine point gel pen. This is like a standard staple gel pen that you see all over the place. So it might be interesting to see how these other refills compare to this one. And as you can see here, the other ones do a very good job of matching the look of the Pilot G2 gel, and I just only mention that because this is kind of the standard, mass market gel pen. It's everybody likes them, and they're good. So these two other options, if you want to fill your own pen with them, basically a match identically, just the Pilot gel pen there. So all very similar. Well, the last thing I wanted to mention is just the availability of these different refills. Unfortunately, the fine point gel refills in Parker style are hard to come by, and that's still true even now. The Ohto is, like I mentioned at the beginning, fairly obscure. You can find it on Amazon, and I will include a link in the notes below to this refill. You're not going to find it at your local office supply store. You're going to have to order it online, which is not a problem really, but just be aware of that. And then this new Parker fine point gel, as of the making of this video, is not even available in the US market. So if you live in America, like I do, the only way to get this is to get it via Amazon Global from Amazon.uk. And that's what I did because I was so intent on actually getting one of these and trying it out. And I'm very happy with it. I hope that it comes to the US market eventually, so it's a little easier to get. But until then, just have to order it from Amazon.uk via Amazon Global. But you can do that, and it's not too difficult. So I think that's it. Both of these are fine options, no pun intended. And yeah, if you're looking for a fine point gel refill for any pen that accepts a Parker, ballpoint style cartridge standard, and there's a lot of them out there, then these two are two inks that you might want to look at.